All right, I'm Bob Sarlot, and I'm a native San Franciscan. Once again, you crazy folks have come together at this ungodly hour to remember and honor the memories of those hardy San Franciscans who survived being tossed from their beds 117 years ago this morning at 5:12 a.m. or 5:11 or 5:13, depending on which native tells the tale. In just a few minutes, I will give you a moment-by-moment description of what happened to our city and its citizens on this morning 117 years ago. And I will introduce to you some of your fellow San Franciscans who work every day to make sure we will all be survivors of the inevitable big one. And we should note, well, that every year since the 1920s, the rough and tumble San Franciscans who survived the quake would gather at Lotta's fountain just as we're doing so today. And several years ago, once all the actual survivors had passed, we pledged to be here to continue this rich tradition. As columnist and cityphile Carl Nolte summed it up perfectly, San Francisco is the ultimate survivor. You know, a couple of quick shout-outs that we're going to do this year that we haven't done before. Let's talk about the guardians of the city for just a minute. They have toiled since 2017 to restore a 1929 REO Speedwagon. Over to my right, let's give that a hand. Looks great, doesn't it? Salvage number 2 should be addition to the curb on Kearny. Paul Berry, retired SFFD and GOTC director, should be at the helm. And a nice hand we can't for the guardians of the city one more time. And also, folks, there's a small group here from the San Francisco History Association that is dressed in period wear reliably every year. They're led by Stephen Johnson. They're known as the interpreters of history. Give the SFHA a nice hand, everybody. Come on now. This is great this morning. We also have a very special announcement to make. And here to make this special presentation is none other than the well-coiffed Emperor Norton, familiar to most of you who have attended these festivities in the past. His alter ego is Joseph Amster, who also happens to be a director from the San Francisco History Association. Please, if you would, be so kind as to welcome warmly His Excellency, Emperor Norton.
Thank you. Just a very quick announcement on behalf of the San Francisco History Association. The earthquake plaque, it's going to go right there on the DeYoung building, is being fabricated as we speak. We've got our permits. It's going up this year. We don't have the exact date yet, but it's going to be very soon, so keep your eyes peeled. Huzzah!
That was short but sweet. One more time for the Emperor, if you would, huh? And before we begin our narrative of our 1906 happenings in San Francisco, just two more personages that make this event what it is. The organizer of this event for, let's see, when did this start? 1906? Well, just about that long. The indefatigable Lee Housekeeper. Give him a nice hand, Lee Housekeeper. And of course, the portrayer of Lily Coit, the singer chanteuse of San Francisco, lovely and talented Donna Huggins is right over here. And lest we forget, my good friend David Eberly, the straw that stirs the drink, as Reggie Jackson used to say. All right, now it's time for our narrative, which I really enjoy doing. 117 years ago, powerful seismic waves roared across the prosperous city of San Francisco. Experts today estimate that the colossal earthquake was around 7.9 on the modern magnitude scale. By the end of the first day, the city by the bay would suffer 26 aftershocks and would succumb to a raging inferno that would show no mercy to its bewildered citizens for 74 hours. The following is a brief timeline of these calamitous events the residents of San Francisco faced during those harrowing days. Wednesday, April 18, 1906, 5:12 a.m. A great foreshock is felt throughout the San Francisco Bay Area. Some 20 to 25 seconds later, San Francisco residents are awakened by a tremor 45 to 60 seconds long, measuring 7.9 on the modern magnitude scale. The first casualties from the massive quake occur when low-rent tenements in the south of Market District collapsed. Hundreds are killed as the liquefied ground swallows their homes. More victims are added to the death toll as collapsed structures immediately catch fire and prevent rescue attempts. Tragically, The man the city would need most to fight the rampant fires, Fire Chief Dennis T. Sullivan, is fatally wounded during the earthquake. He would die 4 days later when a spire tower of the California Hotel collapses onto his fire station home. Due to severe earthquake damage, telephone and telegraph communication within the city is impossible. A few messages are sent around the world via the Pacific cable before that line too fails. 6 a.m. San Francisco Mayor Eugene Schmitz is unaware of the severity of the quake until anxious city officials arrive at his door. He leaves the safety of his home and heads downtown to see for himself the enormous scale of the disaster. 6:30 a.m. All available troops are ordered to report to the mayor at the Hall of Justice. Some 1,700 soldiers come to the aid of both residents and firefighters. 8:14 a.m. A major aftershock strikes and causes many of the damaged buildings still standing to collapse. Throughout the day, the city suffers 26 aftershocks, each one slowing the already overstretched rescue effort. Fires rage and spread throughout the city. They are not stopped until 74 hours later. Many of San Francisco's finest buildings collapse under the firestorms. Firefighters begin dynamiting buildings to create fire breaks. The afternoon, 1 p.m. The temporary hospital set up outside City Hall is abandoned due to the impending fire break. The sick and injured are forced to evacuate to temporary camps throughout the city and in parks on the edge of town. 3 p.m. Mayor Schmitz appoints the committee of 50, comprising the city's most prominent citizens and businessmen. Hearing reports of looting in the streets, the mayor orders a shoot-to-kill proclamation against any looters. Evening, 8 p.m. Hopes of saving downtown are dashed as a new blaze breaks out and shifting winds push the fires toward the heart of the city. 9 p.m. Firefighters make a stand at Union Square on Powell Street, but the fire breaches the battle line and continues relentlessly up Nob Hill. Thursday, April 19, 1906, 2 a.m. California Governor George Pardee arrives in Oakland to assess damage. San Francisco's three main newspapers, the Call, Chronicle, and Examiner, borrow the presses of an Oakland paper to print a special joint edition. 6 p.m. Responding to a wireless telegraph message, the USS Chicago arrives in San Francisco Bay to help in the relief efforts. The Great Fire reaches Van Ness Avenue, which is 125 feet wide. Facing the decision to blow his city to pieces or watch it burn, Mayor Schmitz finally agrees to let the Army create a massive fire break in the hopes that it can stop the raging inferno. This decision means abandoning dozens of city blocks, many of them filled with mansions, succumb to the fire. The rich spectators who have spent the day watching the fires atop Nob Hill finally realize their homes won't be saved and will soon burn. Friday, April 20th, 1906, 5 a.m. The fire break at Van Ness finally holds and the westward progression of the inferno is halted. Mayor Schmitz makes an announcement proclaiming victory in the battle at Van Ness. 18 seamen from the USS Chicago rescued 20,000 refugees in unprecedented evacuation by sea. Saturday, April 21st, 1906, 7:15 a.m. After all flames have finally been extinguished, Mayor Schmitz officially declares the fire over. Sunday, April 22nd, cable cars begin running again on Market Street. April 18th, to the present time. Today, no one knows what the next quake will come, but San Francisco is doomed to relive the horrific events of 1906. Because the San Andreas Fault never rests. It may strike tomorrow, or not for 100 years, but it might just strike as the city sleeps tonight. I love how somebody said, thanks for the good news. Okay. All right, well, let's see. Do we have any guests here yet? I'll tell you what, with all these seemingly ominous premonitions, let me just check our watching here. It's getting close to 5 o'clock. What's that? Oh, we have our chief here? All right, do we have our chief? We have plenty of others. Oh, look at that outfit. Okay, wait a minute. These seemingly ominous premonitions, we now turn to those who have led our city both in the past and do so currently. They all in all have done outstanding jobs of keeping the populace safe and sane during times of stress and danger, be they politicians from fire and police services, sheriffs, or emergency management. We get to begin with one of my favorites, the quintessential big city mayor, the man who is flirting closely to his 90 birthday. That's close to 90 for you French people out there. The man who is always delighted to be with us, mayor from 96 to 2004, the Honorable Willie Lewis Brown, Jr. Always so damn good. One more time for the mayor, the mayor.
You know, no matter how many times you come for the occasion, nothing could please you more than to have presented to you what it was in 1906 as enunciated by Bob. It really gives you a complete understanding and appreciation how magnificent this city really became as a result of that fire in the effort to rebuild it. At all times, year in and year out, we, the people, are continuously proud of this city, and we're continuously always renewing our commitment to the city. So welcome to the very significant 117th anniversary of the day of the quake.
How's the mayor look? How about that coat, huh? I love that. All right. Beautiful. We're going to go in a bunch of different orders here, but it's my pleasure now to introduce the 26th Fire Chief of San Francisco. She's known as Neen. Would you please welcome San Francisco Fire Chief Janine Nicholson, please? Let's hear it for her.
Thank you very much, young lad. Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for being out here. And we are here to commemorate this great earthquake and to remember those that we lost, and to let you know, please prepare yourselves for any type of disaster, and we, the San Francisco Fire Department, stand ready to assist. We are always ready and here for you. So thank you very much, and have a beautiful day, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief. All right. Thank you, Chief. I just saw our mayor arrive, which is always a pleasure. Let's see, she's a successful native daughter of the city and the pride of the Galileo Lions. I love her. She has ducked and jabbed with the best of them. Would you please welcome our mayor, Mayor London Breed, everybody, please. You look great. That mic is kind of low. Move it up here.
Good morning, everyone. It is so wonderful to be here with all of you to celebrate this time-honored tradition. And we know it's one born of devastation, where we saw a magnitude that we have not seen in San Francisco since, of an earthquake that not only destroyed our city, but a fire that came afterwards. And when we think about, you know, the number of people whose lives we lost during that time, we take a moment to pause, to reflect, and to remember. But it's also a time to remind us how resilient this city is and always has been. We came together as a community, so many people, so many neighborhoods who supported one another, who looked out for one another. And no one represented that spirit more than our first responders. And I want to thank guardians of the city and so many of the people who are retired and active, police, fire, personnel, and others who continue to step up and put their lives on the line to serve and protect the residents of the city and county of San Francisco. We saw this same resiliency during the global pandemic, when none of us knew exactly what COVID was and what it meant. We knew that there were lives that would be lost, but first responders, time and time again, continue to show up and be there for the people of the city and county of San Francisco. That's why it's important that we celebrate, to remind us what happened in the past, so that we could not only begin to prepare for the future, but we can also remember what we are as San Franciscans. Not what other people defined us as, but who we know we are. So that's why we come here every single morning, and I want to thank each and every one of you and just take this moment to remind us that earthquake preparedness is important. Sign up for Alert SF so that you can get notifications. Make sure you have enough supplies to last you for 3 days. We have been through these drills before, and we have come out stronger, better than ever. And thank you all again for being here for this occasion.
Mayor London Breed never disappoints. Another fabulous outfit. Okay, I love it. This is a great morning for having a chance to visit with some of our more powerful people in town. I've always liked the way this guy has presented himself. He's a 6-year chief here in the city, 27 years in L.A. Just is a very, I don't know, I just like the way he does his business. He's our great chief of police. Would you please welcome Bill Scott, everybody?
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. It's hard to follow Mayor Breed, but I'm going to try my best. I just want to say thank you. This is always a great event every year. And Assistant Chief Lazar and I were talking a second ago and said, what would we do if this happened today? And I just want to echo Mayor Breed's words, because this is the most resilient city, in my opinion, in the world. And I think if it happened today, we'd be ready. We do what we needed to do to support each other and get through it, because this is San Francisco, and we know how to do just that. So again, thank you, everybody, and let's be ready for whatever comes our way. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Hey, a couple people here that are not going to speak, but I believe are here. Is our City Administrator, Carmen Chu, here today? I always like her. Is she here? All right, she's not here. Give her a hand anyway. Carmen Chu. All right. This is a new person for me, formerly a commander, I think, of the BART Police, and this is according to Dave here, that she is the best salsa dancer here today. She is the Assistant Sheriff of San Francisco. Would you please welcome Tanzania Carter, everybody? Yeah, there you go. Sorry.
Thank you for that. On behalf of Sheriff Paul Miyamoto, we are happy to be here today to just celebrate this time, understanding the resilience that San Francisco has gone through, as the mayor has already said. I just stand here with the other law enforcement professionals, public safety, and first responders, and our community as we come together to celebrate, understanding the durability, the strength, and the grit that San Francisco has. As we remember the 1906 earthquake, we leave here with the same spirit that they had, that same fighting spirit. And so let us remember why we are here. And when we leave here, let's go stronger and with more grit as we push forward and move forward. Thank you.
This is a Parade of Hits weekend here. Okay. One more speaker. Why not? The Executive Director of the Department of Emergency Management, appointed in August of 2018, and she is an avid surfer. Sounds like something on the back of a baseball card or something, right? Would you please welcome Mary Ellen Carroll, everybody? Let's hear it for her.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. As we commemorate the 1906 earthquake, what makes me know that we're going to be okay is all the people that you just heard. We have the best mayor, we have the best police chief, the best fire chief, the best sheriff's department and their leadership, and we can face anything that comes in front of us. And so I feel confident. I'm hopeful that it doesn't happen anytime soon. But we're also, I want to invite everyone to come out on Saturday at Civic Center from 11 to 3. We're holding a preparedness fair. And so one of the things that we always say to folks during these commemorations is take an action to prepare. And so if you'd like to come out on Saturday, we're going to make it easy for you with any number of things that we can help you to get ready. So thank you for being here, and let's do this.
You might want to take a look at the nice wreath behind me here. This is dedicated to the memory of those who died 117 years ago and those who lived to rebuild San Francisco from the ashes, and a special I think a little bit of celebration we'll do for Eleanor Johns, who's a longtime aide to Willie Brown, and so her name is up there, so it's nice to pay tribute to her. So what else have we got here? Well, I don't know. Oh, I know what I have to do. This is for Dave. Deputy Chief Damon Simmons is here from the Oakland Fire Department. Best boss ever. Okay, very good, Dave. Did we do enough there? Are we rehired for next year? Okay, great. I can't believe we're doing that. We are kind of stalling here, but not too bad. We're never ahead of schedule, but we seem to be a little bit. But I'm going to kind of jump to something that we do at this before we start singing and doing things at the end, and that is the moment of silence that we give for those who died and those who helped with the city after the earthquake. So if we can just have a moment of silence for 30 seconds, starting right now for everyone. Ten seconds. Let's hear those sirens go. Here we are. That's just a sound the Warriors could have used last night. All right. Happy Earthquake Day. And we're going to do some singing? Sure. How about Lily Coit? Let's hear it for her right here. She's going to do a little singing. Does anybody remember the words to San Francisco? No. Oh, you have it. Look at this. I'm going to give you $1 million. Thank you very much. Sung by Tommy Dorsey.
We're bringing up some dignitaries.
Oh, and some dignitaries, okay.
Come on,
All right.
John?
Oh, you know how to do the beginning? Here, geeking on
More
this.
space.
It only takes, all right. It starts with a narration.
Is everybody up here? Willie, come on up. John. And I want to thank all of you who put on that incredible, authentic garb. I mean, you just look unbelievably beautiful and handsome. Thank you for doing that. All right, you ready? Oh, I don't need that. Are you kidding? What is it?
I think I cheated off to a chemistry class. Okay.
All right, everybody has to join in now. It only takes a tiny corner of this great big world to find a place we love. My home upon the hill, you know I love you still. I've been away, but now we're back to tell you, San Francisco, open your golden gate. You'll let no stranger wait outside your door. San Francisco, here is your wandering one, saying I'll wander no more. Other places only make me love you best. Tell me you're the heart of all the Golden West. San Francisco, San home again. We're coming home to go wandering no more. Yay! Nicely done.
Let's hear it for Lily Coit. Oh, Mayor, did you sing that in full voice, Mayor? Yes, he did. He was in full voice. Thank you for being here for another great remembrance of Earthquake Day. And let's think of all the people that came before us in 1906 and all the people, including our politicians in here, who have made it safe for us to be in San Francisco still. So thanks. Have a nice day. Thank you, everybody.
Are you all heading up to the hydrant?